Hi everyone. We're going to go over the syllabus for chronic and communicable diseases. This may not be your exact syllabus, but I want to go over where everything is set up in the syllabus and some key points. So at the very top is my name. I'm happy to meet with you, not on campus this January, but we can meet by phone or webinar anytime you'd like. We just need to set up an appointment. Or every Thursday from 7 to 8 a.m. I will be in the Collaborate room in our Blackboard page. Here is my office number. If you leave a voicemail in my office, it turns to an email, so I will get it. If you need my cell phone for texting, that's my cell phone, and this is my email account. So here's the required textbook. I sent out a photograph of it a couple weeks ago so you could see it. I choose it because it's one of the least expensive textbooks for disease, and it's a book that you can actually use well after the class ends. So here's the course goals and the course objectives. You can look over those at your convenience, but I want to go over some of the important policies with you. The first one is about attendance, participation, and conduct. So attendance in an online class counts because you turn in your work on time. If your work is turned in on time, then you're considered participating and attending. If you are late turning in an assignment, it's penalized, which we'll talk about briefly. But there are reasons that you might have an excused absence due to a death in the family, immediate family, severe illness, legal obligations, or a recognized religious observation. In an online course, it's very rare that you need an excused absence because you're working at your own pace, relatively at your own pace. But if you do miss an assignment because of one of those items, you do need documentation. For the religious observance, I do not need documentation because I can look that up. If I can't find it, I might need documentation for that. Your due dates are firm. They're in the syllabus and they're in Blackboard, as you saw in the calendar in Blackboard. Lateness penalties, it's 20% off for each calendar day something is late. This is really critical in such a short class that we have in this unit, in this semester, because it's only 3 weeks long. If you turn in work that's late, it'll be irrelevant. If something's due at 9 and you turn it in 9:01, that's considered 1 day late. Discussion posts for the diseases will have their own standards listed for lateness, and extra credit assignments are not accepted late. You have one-line assignments. They're worth 10 points each. They are not accepted late. The two lowest scores for these are dropped. The reason they're not accepted late is because they're related to the lesson that we're doing, and once that lesson ends, it doesn't make sense to try to complete it. Again, because two of your lowest scores are dropped in the online assignments, that makes it okay. If you miss something, it's not a penalty. If there's issues and you're having trouble getting submitted work, one thing to do, if you can get to my email, is to email me your assignment so it's time-stamped and I can see that it was finished on time. Then you submit it in Blackboard when you can. It will only be graded once it's in Blackboard, but your emailing it to me shows me what you had completed on time. I'd like you to submit your assignments with the course name, the assignment name, and the year, month, date. The reason I'm asking you to do this is so that your stuff appears all together in your computer or your cloud, and it's easier to find later. By doing year, 2-digit month, and 2-digit date, it helps keep things in chronological order. So this is a great skill to learn. If you only use one digit like 5, your computer reads that as a 50. So that's why there has to be a 05 so that the computer reads it as 5. Talks about how the assignments are submitted, participation, and conduct. Here we're talking about the academic integrity policy. It's important that you make sure that you follow the policy. Any breach in academic integrity results in a minimum of a 0 on the assignment, a maximum of a failure grade in the class, and everyone, no matter how small the breach of integrity is, everyone is sent to the Student Affairs Office for review. Communications, I commit to picking up my email once a day, Monday through Friday. It's usually in the morning. I rarely pick up email on the weekend. So if you have an urgent question that cannot wait, you should email me, and then you should send me a text message at my text number provided in the beginning of the syllabus that says, please check your email, and then I'll get back to you. Let's see, special needs, disability, writing skills, withdrawal, all these different policies. Here are the points. There are 12 one-line assignments, and the 2 lowest ones are dropped. They're worth 100 points. There are 3 tests, 1 for each unit. They're worth 150 points. There are quizzes for each unit, and the benefit of taking the quizzes is that it shows you the types of questions that will be on the tests, and it shows you what you don't know so you know what to study. So there's a benefit of taking the quizzes. People who take the quizzes typically do better in the class. There's the disease project, which is almost anything except a paper. No written papers are accepted. It's 60 points scored by me, 15 points scored by your peers. That's a total of 75 points. And then there's a discussion board related to it that's worth 25 points. Okay, the grading scale, online assignments, these go with the lessons, the tests, and here's the disease project. So the disease project is worth a total of 90 points, 60 from me, 15 from your peers, and 25 from the discussion board. I'm going to pull up the actual assignment sheet. Maybe. So I found the assignment sheet, and this will be in Blackboard, but just to go over it, no matter what genre or format you choose to report in, you must cover these areas. And it gives you the area and the number of points. If you, for example, if you totally miss SDOH and prevention, you lose 12 points. And I very strictly go by the scoring rubric. So here are some examples of genre or formats you could use. If you want to use something different, I'm more than happy to hear your ideas, but do not present the idea of a paper. So you can do an infographic, which is a visual depiction of a report, so there are fewer words. There's lots of software to create these. The software is free. One that I know that people use a lot is Canva. You could create pop-up ads for online situations. You know how you're working and ads just pop up online? Well, you could create those. Each ad will be about 10 seconds to 15 seconds long, and you have to have enough ads to cover all the topics in the assignment. If you wanted to do print ads, you would use Adobe, while in AV you would use an MP4 format. You could do a podcast that's 8 to 10 minutes long. You could do a slide presentation. You could create a social media page or web page. So those are some ideas on things you could do for your assignment, your project. Again, I'm open to other ideas as long as it's not a written paper. So that concludes the presentation of the syllabus. At the very end of the syllabus is a course schedule, which I tend to stick to pretty strictly. It's rare that I change dates. So hopefully this recording has been helpful, and I look forward to working with you this very short winter semester.